Man, I tell my kids all the time, like, don't ever, you can go anywhere in the country but there. My son right now, 2 years old, anywhere in the country but there.
We've got the original number 4 joining us today, the one, the only Arizona State running back, Demario Richard. Demario, I'm curious from your perspective, man. You're the OG number 4. What'd you think of 4 season last year?
Yeah, that's my guy. He did what he's supposed to do in that number. It's big things that come offensively when you wear that number, especially out the backfield. So yeah, he represented it well.
Absolutely, man. Look, I think when you're going to the start of college football, obviously right around the corner. I mean, right? High expectations for this year's Arizona State squad. You're somebody that was kind of in a similar position at your time at Arizona State, coming off a really good season with some high expectations the following year. As a former player at ASU, just how did you balance kind of those expectations?
Um, we really didn't pay attention to what the media had to say. We kept everything really in house, especially coming after my freshman year. 10-win season. They was just coming off an unfortunate loss to Stanford in the Pac-12 championship the year before. So, everybody's gonna have their expectations of what you know the team should be, but none of that stuff really matters. It doesn't matter, especially when you got a guy, like Kenny that's running the program, the lifer situation. So, they don't really keep, you don't really keep track of you do of certain things that certain people say, but you don't really pay attention to what, the outside noise is for sure. You just whatever their expectations are, it is what it is. But by the time you leave Camp T, whatever your expectations are as a team, when you leave there, that's your expectations. So the outside noise don't really matter.
You mentioned Kenny. Do you have any funny interactions or stories with Kenny? Obviously, you guys' path didn't cross when you were on the team, but it feels like the man embodies ASU to the max. So has he reached out, talked to you at all?
Kenny was actually our quarterbacks. He was a grad assistant slash assistant quarterback coach. So he was with me. I want to say 2.5 years. I think he left in the spring. He went to Memphis, I think. But no, I got plenty story. I just tell the story. So um, I told this on a pod before. Kenny was like one of the guys to where like when he really tells you like, hey, they'll be locked in the office. Look, I remember this. My freshman year, going into my sophomore year, it was the springtime. They used to have lock-ins. Like the coaches used to have lock-in. They used to be there for probably like 15 hours, bro. Literally 15, 16 hours. Didn't leave the stadium. This is when DoorDash and Uber Eats was first coming out. Like, I remember Kenny used to be up there sick, bro. Like, running to go get coffee, running to go get food, not being able to go work out, going to just walk a mountain, trying to get his exercise in. And then he had a hard note who he was working for at the time. Obviously, he was with Norvell, but man, Coach Long used to put Kenny through the ringer sometime, bro. And I used to feel bad, bro. Like through the ringer. Like it had been times where we didn't been study hall, practice, lift, home, and Kenny and them hasn't even left the stadium. Like they sleep at the stadium watching film, breaking down film cut up. So like all the stuff he's telling you, like it's real, bro. I seen him come from the ground up, like from TG cussing him out from the ground up, from Mike Norvell cussing him out from the ground up to now, like everything he's getting, bro, he deserves his flowers because he was put through the ringer. And it's only certain people that had real close relationships with him. Obviously, the kids in the quarterback room, certain guys and like receivers like the Jalen Strongs, and obviously me, Kalen, and DJ, and then you got Jamil Douglas. Like we got personal relationships with him. So like when we talk, it's like I'm talking to like my brother that's been through the ringer with us, sleeping in the cabins at Kept T with the players while the coaches got big RVs and man, like bro, I seen him go through the ringer, bro. It was crazy. But like I said, when I do talk to him, it's always all love. He appreciates me. We're always repping the program. Stepping on those rats down there in Mexico. So stay away from them. I know y'all seen me trolling with them on Twitter the other day, man. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, man. I love it. I think that's one thing that with you, and there are obviously a handful of other Arizona State Sun Devils that are on social like that are always defending ASU, and they're making sure that they're putting down U of A. Like, what were some of those matchups like for you, not just on the field on Saturdays, but leading up to those games? Because that's something that Kenny's tried to really reinforce since getting to ASU, is that hatred for the school down south.
You guys can hear me, right? Okay, you got me. So, I'm from California, bro. Like, when I first got there, I didn't think the rivalry was the way it was. I didn't have no clue. Like, I was a California kid. I'm 17 years old at the time. All I'm thinking about is USC, UCLA, obviously, like stuff like that. So I'm sitting there. I remember the first meeting. It wasn't even the first meeting. The week of the game, I was leaving Manzanita Hall. This is the old locker room. We flew in probably, I don't know who we played the week before, but it was like, I believe it was a late game. So we flew in late. So we end up coming home Sunday morning. We have team run and lift. Bro, when I tell you, as soon as I walked downstairs, they had this big banner, just hate, and the clock running at the bottom. I'm sitting there thinking, like, it can't be that serious. Like, all right, I get it, but like, nah, it can't be that serious. Go to the meeting room, team meeting. Before I even walk in there, DJ Foster telling me, like, bro, you better fix your attitude, like your posture, because this week is different than any other week, bro. Like, we can go 0 and whatever, but we better win this game. I'm still thinking, like, bro, like, whatever, bro. Like, it's not that serious, bro. It's just a game. Like, man, we went down to Tucson, man. Coach Graham telling us, like, look, this is what y'all got to do to take care of business. We going to play Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. This is what we got to do. Man, we walked in that locker room, bro. The locker room was like a jail cell. Soon as we came out the locker room, bro, the whole stadium was red, bro. I'm talking about the whole stadium red. I'm like, what? DJ, like, they had a sign talking about DJ Foster. They have Sparky on the news, like on some. I'm like, all right, bro. Like now, like my skin is kind of like boiling thinking about it right now. So I'm kind of like, all right, nah, bro. Like this is real. Like all right, it's real. Like the hate, bro. It's in. And like I said, I was a California kid. I didn't believe in it, but after that game, oh yeah, it was over. It was over from there on out. And they real disrespectful, bro. Like, and they followers. Like I don't like that. I just. Man, my kids, I tell my kids all the time, like, don't ever, you can go anywhere in the country but there. My son right now, 2 years old, anywhere in the country but there. And then my cameraman, so I got you guys see my Instagram or whatever, but my gym, my cameraman went to U of A and he ran track. And it was like one day he came in, got his camera stuff on. He like, I'm going to lift today. He goes to change the shirt and he put on that A. Boy, I almost ripped the shirt and threw it to the top of the building. Like, I'll fire you. You wear that shirt around me, bro. Don't wear that. You can wear anything but that.
Oh
That's hate,
man.
man.
I
I
mean
love it. That's hate.
that's awesome. I mean, that's great. Before we get you too riled up to the point of anger, I want to focus a little bit more on your time at ASU, the fun experiences. I think it's fitting that we started asking you about Cam because this year there's a lot of talented running backs in that running back room that are going to try to collectively make an impact. From your perspective, being in a room that had so many talented backs and talented backs that were used in so many different ways in the game, how do you balance that as a unit to where everybody has their role, but everybody's also being impactful?
I think it'll be easier for them, to actually rotate the guys. This team reminds me a lot of the 2014 team that I was on because you got Sam at quarterback. My freshman year, we had Taylor Kelly. Coincidence, 10-10. Then in the running back room, you have me, Kalen Balaj, DJ Foster, and then on at receiver, you got Jalen Strong. Now you have me, Sip, and Kyson in the backfield. So it's like you got a plethora of people that you can use, and then like with the passing game, obviously with Jordan doing what he's doing, hell of a kid. The run game will be there, and then a lot of people are sleeping on my boy AJ. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but he's gonna be a factor, for opening up the run game for him. Kenny's been, like I said, Kenny's been around a lot of talented people from just the schools he's been to. Obviously, the guys he had at Memphis. He was Oregon with Dan. So like the guys he's been around, that's why he gets paid the big bucks, bro. Like he's gonna figure it out. He's been around some of the best guys, football guys, offensive guys that you can think of right now in the game. So I'm pretty sure he'll figure it out. But like I said, I'm excited. I had time. I got some time to spend time with those guys up there and Coach Aguando, during the spring. So just sitting there listening to them break down film and break down pass protections, and it's a close knitted group. So, and then they got Trent up there. Trent is the running back GA up there. So it's a lot of brains in that room, bro. So I'm just how you guys are. I'm excited to see what they do with all three of them, especially Raleigh. He's been having injuries and stuff like that. It's been an unfortunate situation for him, but from what I've seen in the spring and the stuff that I'm reading in the fall camp, I'm excited.
I do wonder if you're in that running back room and you're on the sideline and you see somebody in that room make a big play or truck somebody or get in the end zone. Does that make you the next time that your number is called when you're getting that snap? That does that make you go, all right, I gotta kind of one up them, like I gotta go a little harder?
I wouldn't necessarily one up him. I wouldn't say it like that, but it's most definitely like, oh yeah, my boy got in there. Then I'm most definitely about to get in there because sometimes, like, look, for example, me and Caitlin go back and look at if you get a chance, go look at the 2015 triple overtime Oregon game. Me and Caitlin were going back and forth, and it's just like we on the sideline, like tag team, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, your turn, off the ropes, like your turn, off the ropes, get it to DJ, like let's go. So it's like, yeah, it's most definitely. I wouldn't say one up, but it most definitely put it in your head, like I put in the same amount of work as my boy in this. I did put in the same amount of time in the film room. So I know when I get my chance, I gotta go crazy. Like I wish y'all could be on the sideline and hear some of the conversations that are said, but like that's the beauty of it, man. Just being there with your brothers and seeing your brothers go off, and then you get the opportunity to do it too. Man, it's a feeling that a lot of people don't get.
As a coach and a former player, obviously in a really dynamic running back situation while you were at Arizona State, first with DJ, and then of course a little bit later on in your career with Kalen. Just what does it do to an offense to be able to utilize a bunch of different talented backs who kind of do different things versus kind of what ASU had last year, where it was Cam Scatterboos getting the ball just every other play?
It gives the offense a lot more firepower. Like now you got more options. Now you can't just load the box. Like what people tried to do last year with us was load the box because it can, right? But how are you gonna load the box if I got you high in the back or Sip in the backfield? You got Raleek at receiver, and if Raleek and Jordan Tyson are on the same side, that's a problem. So it's like you got so much firepower on offense, and it's like certain people just have to be on the field with or without the ball in their hands. They just make the game a lot smoother. There's a lot of guys out there that they may not get the ball at all, but he knows how to pick his spots. He's a great lead blocker, or he's a better he's a better blocker when you got stretch running your way, something like that. It's little stuff, but man, it's just like I'm excited to see what Marcus Arroyo has up his sleeve. They had a great offensive year last year with the unfortunate loss, but they get paid the big bucks. We're gonna see what they do. They got everything. Everything is setting up for them. Hell of a recruiting class coming in, and they doing what they supposed to do. So let's just see if we can keep it up. I'm praying, like Kitty said, he's fighting against time. Every time we have a great year, the year after be a crazy year. So he's fighting against history. If he could break this curse with history, man, we will see. It'll be crazy for sure.
You've said a lot of times throughout this interview, we, us, you're still wearing the Sun Devils shirt. Obviously, you're very tapped into what's going on with the program and been around the program, since your playing days here. I just want to give you the opportunity to say, what does being a Sun Devil mean to Demario Richard?
Man, it mean everything to me, man. Especially coming from bro. I came from a little town. Well, I ain't gonna say little, like a mid-town, Los Angeles County. Everybody looks over us, but where the city I'm at, bro, it's dangerous, bro. So it's like me having that opportunity. I could have went anywhere in the country, literally anywhere in the country, but just going to Arizona State, man, it mean everything to me. Like literally everything to me. They gave me an opportunity to change my life on the field, off the field. I had a hell of an experience that a lot of people won't ever get to experience. And it's a lot of stories that I can tell to certain people that wouldn't believe it, but it's just like you can only believe it if you went to Arizona State. Um, Man, just building the relationships I got. I just talked to Gene Boyd. If you guys remember Gene Boyd, he was the old, I think, assistant athletic director and head of academics. I just talked to Gene Boyd. I talked to Kevin Minifield all the time. I just got off the phone with Jalen Strong a couple weeks ago. Just building the relationships, man. That's the best thing about it. A lot of these guys that I still, and when I do get married, a lot of them will be in my wedding, but. Man, being a Sun Devil, seven Sun Devil is everything, man. You see, I still rep it to this day. I'm never not gonna not rep it. Anytime I see something I don't like from, I'm gonna comment on it, especially if it come across my timeline. And then, like I say, they can do no wrong in my eyes. Honestly, everybody make mistakes. Every season not gonna be perfect, but like I said, bro, I'm so loyal. That's my biggest downfall is being loyal. But this, I almost cussed. But this, it runs in my veins, man. If I'm with you, I'm with you. And if you don't like something, I hate it. So that's just what it is with me. I've been like that since I was a kid. I was raised like that. The transfer portal wasn't what it was, but there's plenty of times I could have transferred and left. I could have did a bunch of stuff, bro. But I ended up staying home. It's one of the best decisions I ever made.
I love that, man. Love the maroon and gold loyalty. Definitely keep fighting that good fight on social media, man, against the Wildcats down south. We'll get you out of here on this. Obviously, a lot of love for Sun Devil Nation, for Arizona State. So I'm curious, as unbiased as you could possibly be here as a former Arizona State running back, what are the expectations? What are we looking at this season? You got any record predictions? Looking at that crystal ball, what's Arizona State doing in late December, early January?
Man, I ain't even gonna put no expectations on my boys, bro. Go out there and ball, bro. Just go out there and ball. Do what you got to do. Y'all been there before. The target is just a little bit bigger. Um, y'all getting the notoriety y'all deserve, bro. Don't let these cameras. Don't let the cameras. Don't let the girls. Don't let Manzanita Hall. Don't let Hasi. Don't let none of that stuff, bro, distract you from what the goal is. Like my old coach Sean Slocums used to say, keep the main thing, bro. If you keep the main thing, you can't go wrong. And you got the perfect leader to that's leading you to win games. If I give you a record prediction, bro, I don't know, 10-2, maybe 10-2. I don't know. But I don't see us not going to the college football playoffs. We probably go. I don't see us really nobody really messing with us in league like that. Everybody always calling our number out until it's time to come play in there. Until it's time to come play at the stadium and it's 105 degrees in October, and then you out there and they running no huddle. Now I'll be like, see, you pointing your finger. Now this ain't what you really want to do. BYU and man, my little cousin go to BYU too, so me and him have a mutual back and forth. Josiah Phillips, he's about a 6'6" receiver over there, but me and him go back and forth all the time. So I don't put no expectation on him, man. Go out and ball, man. Go get y'all money. Remember everything y'all do. It's all the eye in the sky. Don't lie. Just be successful, man. Do what you have to so you can do what you want to. And man, make sure you keep that maroon and gold running through your blood, and don't ever wear that other A.
Words to live by. Don't get distracted by Manzanita Hall or Hasi. Of course, the one, the only former Arizona State running back, Demario Richard. Demario, we appreciate you taking the time today, man.
No problem. Y'all have a good one, man. Whenever y'all need me, just let me know, man. I'll make time for my family.